S2J is a coach on it, if I'm not
Mewtwo
mistaken.
King,
Lod, Mewtwo King.
Logan. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's quite a few notable people on Metafy right now. There's even, to give him a bit of a shout out, Wisely is doing commentary coaching. So, if you think that this is the kind of thing that interests you, you want to get better at the game, you want kind of access to the biggest brains in the scene, we're offering a limited time discount of 15% off if you use the code SSBM15, and you'll get 15% off all the lessons. And it's the easiest way to level up in the game, in my opinion, at least.
yeah, absolutely. So huge thank you to Metafy for supporting the stream at GMO, and thank you to you guys at home for watching as we get set up for broadcast from these players. Just a short moment, but really exciting stuff again. I mean, this top four is looking really good, and it seems like the players are getting set up to start in just a second.
No, for sure. I think one thing I do want to also point out, because I've spoken with Aklo in the past about kind of the way he approaches the game, the way he thinks about the game, and a big thing he's talked about, I believe, like in the Marth matchup, and it would not surprise me if it applied to the Puff matchup as well, is kind of he doesn't play to get the hits, he plays to not get hit. So it's all about just kind of zoning out the opponent, making them come to him. And as I'm saying that, it sounds like I'm talking about Hungrybox. This is a player
Yeah.
who's like, yo, man, I don't need to interact with you. You can come to me. And so it's like two very defensively, positionally minded players kind of hitting each other, and kind of it's just really cool to see that kind of clash of minds play out. And we're already getting started.
Yeah, let's see if it's going to be unbreakable wall and defense versus another unbreakable defense here. Game one starting us off, and HBox is already showing some great defensive patterns that you had pointed out before the set, Radar.
Yeah, no, not surprised to see Battlefield as a starting pick. This is kind of, not only is it like, a classic neutral stage, but in this matchup in particular, it is kind of the go-to stage. Stage striking in general is super, super, super important in this matchup. It's probably the matchup where, like, your counter pick matters so much. And so whoever takes this game carries that counter pick advantage for the rest of the set. So it's already quite big. Beautiful ledge S.
Yeah, and we got the taunts coming out right away. Radar, I think it's so good when we talk about how Aklo approaches some of these defensive situations, because we talked about before the set started, HBox is so on point with some of this SDI now, where maybe in the past he hadn't been online. Aklo's just been opting for up throw back airs now, just to go straight for damage, and he picks up the stock right there with a huge up smash. Let's see if he can just tack on a bit more before he goes out here.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a common adaptation to, especially at the low percents, like to go for kind of up throw back air, just because it is actually possible to rest on that up throw. It is kind of risky, but we have seen HBox go for it actually quite a few times, and I really like how Aklo's playing this so far. He is opting a lot to kind of run away, which maybe some people call it camping, but I think like even right now he's kind of mixing up when he does want to go in a very intelligent way, and giving HBox a taste of his own medicine, right?
Yeah, there's the up air as well. No SDI out of HBox, but not out of the woods just yet. I mean, and when we talk about HBox, it's like all it takes is one single opening to just break this game wide open. So it's kind of like, how much discipline is Aklo going to have over time here? Looking for a roll and not quite going to get it there either. But oh my gosh, so much just back and forth right here. HBox overextends a little bit and not going to find the stock, but we're even in percent.
Yeah, no, I think another thing that I'm really interested in is just seeing how well Aklo. I mean,
I don't want him to taunt every. Is he gonna do that?
I mean, he's sponsored now, so he doesn't even need to. Like the time for the taunting has passed. But what I was gonna say was basically just that. As much as HBox is a great player and does do a really good job of mixing things up, he also has some kind of notable habits, habits that I think are like still fairly safe, but habits all the same. One of those is fishing for pounds at low percent.
Yep.
But in like almost every matchup, and it makes sense if you play the character, like it's such a high reward option at those low percents, but it's not a trap you want to fall into. It's like one of the main things you should be scouting. And then the second one is he loves to read, roll in, and go for a rest, especially if they're in the corner. And like, it's almost like 70-80% of the time he'll do it. So I'd like to see those kind of things, at least be Aklo be mindful of them during the set, and he's already doing a really good job of it.
Yeah, as we speak, Aklo just slowly tacking on. That up air could have spelled death and the end of game one, but HBox is going to make this one close. Edgeguard situation, not going to find it quite yet, but the second back air does the trick. 73% though means up throw up air might be enough to just do it. SDI has to be on point here.
Yeah, definitely up throw up air isn't in play. At 0%, it's going to be quite an uphill battle for HBox until he can get even like 12, 15, 20%. That's all he needs to get a rest. 7%, not enough right now. Like, what's it called? Aklo will be able to DI it, and he doesn't need to. He's hit us with a taunt almost every single stock, and he takes the first game.
Yeah, amazing stuff from Aklo too, and I love some of the little mix-ups that he's going for. I feel like HBox is expecting up throw up air at that juncture of the game. You know, high percent is going to die after one more interaction, looks for just raw up smash off of the tech roll, and HBox gets shield up in time. Something else that I thought was really, really interesting that you pointed out in HBox's affinity to look for pound in these situations. We had actually done an interview with Zane a while back where he talks about the exact same thing, Radar, and I was just thinking about that running through my head as it happens. But here we go, counter pick to Dreamland as usual coming through. Looks for the roll in, just like you said.
Exactly. Like, there are certain things, you know, Mango has the same thing, like iconically double laser from ledge, but also he'll like recover high a lot. There's just certain things that players do, and they are predictable, so you can exploit them, but they're not like bad either. Like, it's the kind of thing where, like, in that interaction, for example, if HBox doesn't get what he's looking for, well, he keeps stage positioning, like nothing too bad happens. He just doesn't get a kill. You know, again, goes for the forward air there. He's just trying to kind of play it safe, but you know, so far, like, the momentum shifted back, that kind of proving how powerful Dreamland is as a stage.
Yeah, almost two, I would say 1.5 interactions there where Aklo surely would have gotten the kill on any other stage, and instead it reverses into a 2-stock lead. Answers right back, though, off the side kill from Rest, but Aklo has a bit of a chilly mountain to climb here.
Yeah, no. Like,
Sorry,
definitely,
I had to.
Pun super intended, but is he going to be able to get the shine here? It doesn't get the right side of it, but still very, very solid damage. 37, already a good amount, and looking to tack on more while keeping him in the corner. Kind of an unsafe laser, though, and, you know, this is the moment where Aklo needs to play very, very clean if he wants to kind of regain the momentum of this game. And I'd say he's actually doing that, man. Like, already he's at up throw up air percent again, I would say. Like, in the corner, not taking the bait that I, you know, keep pointing out. This is very, very good play from Aklo.
Ooh, jab allows Aklo to get back to stage. He's been going, that's the second time now this set where Aklo goes that super jump back all the way into a full illusion to ledge, and HBox hasn't caught it quite yet. I wonder if that's going to expand later on in the set.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But whenever he has been off stage, it does seem like HBox is, you know, has a read on the way he likes to recover, because it's very easy to watch Hungrybox and go like, man, you know, Puff can just sort of cover everything that Fox can do. But that is not the case. Like, he's just that good at edge guarding. So, you know, Aklo will have to level it up a bit if he needs to keep kind of HBox on his toes.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. 1 stock deficit right now, but he finds it, looks for jab reset, but Aklo gets out in time. A little bit of an opening right now, but he still just needs to straight up win neutral, and that's not going to do it when you can get the up throw just raw rest. Doesn't even matter if you get the proper DI off of the throw. HBox evens up the set 1-1.
Yeah, it does look like we are having a bit of connection issues on the stream end. I believe if you refresh, it should work, but trying to figure that out. In the meantime, it got it tied up to 1-1. Like I said before, counter picks a huge deal, and no surprise going to Stadium. But, you know, so far, not getting too much off this, and he's still kind of in the corner.
Okay. Yeah, keeping it on the Pokeball right now, but Aklo pushes through right now. Some action on the right side, and that gets a little bit precarious, kind of like a inadvertent reversal situation there, but somehow Aklo fights his way out, gets first blood here.
Yeah, no, definitely want to point out for all the people who are watching, to shout out Toph, who was bringing up the ISPs that Canadians really hate, like Bell and Rogers. I see someone in the chat saying, God damn it, Bell, like, you know, so kind of a little frustrating, but obviously I don't think that's who's responsible here. But Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Aklo, and I really do feel like stages are kind of defining a lot of this set so far. Whoever has this counter pick advantage is making the most of it. Oh, it's platform pressure.
Yeah, I love how tricky that was. I mean, a lot of foxes in this day and age go for that KJH patented Jigglypoke, but I think Aklo was just looking for some level of mix-up. HBox was not biting just yet, but this is a pretty sizable advantage right now for Aklo.
Yeah, it is, and it's also, just as I was about to say, it's at a point where, Jigglypuff's at a percent where you can still, get another stock, push the lead even further. And while he does, unfortunately SD there, I do honestly want to ask what your thoughts are on the taunts because, HBox is kind of an emotional player in his own right, and I wonder if it's getting to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, oh, maybe not. I don't even think it matters, actually. Yeah. No, it's just, I mean, Aklo is just, so popular for doing something like that. And it's I think so many opponents at this point just see that and they're like, oh, whatever, man. You don't think anything of it. But I can totally get where you're coming from here. And, with a full stock advantage for Aklo, he might be going up in the set as well as a result of these taunts. So if it's working for Aklo, I say keep doing it.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm sure is on Aklo's mind, well, actually, I don't think it is because he's playing so well. But one thing that I always thought when I was up against a Puff is just I really want to not lose this stock because once you lose, once you're even in stocks, rest is in play, anything can happen, and it just all of a sudden feels like a little scary. You're a little on edge with pretty much everything you do, and you need to kind of maintain that confidence. And I think Aklo still has that now, but it's hard,
Pressure's on in the second. Yeah, he goes straight down, maybe to look for an edge guard here. Yeah, we've seen IBDW do that quite a bit, just the Firefox straight down into potentially shine spiking the Puff, but he might be able to get it. One more strong back air is probably enough to do it. Straight aerial might be enough as well. He just needs to find the opening, but it is so much pressure now on last stock.
Yeah, and that is going to do it, though. With the back air, he closes it out 2-1 Aklo. This is rough. I do think we're going to be seeing a pop-off from probably either player. Like you said, Aklo never been able to take a set off of HBox so far. And I think HBox is really he's a very prideful guy, he's kind of defending his honor that the days of online HBox are over. And it's really a question of if he loses to Aklo now, is it online HBox or is Aklo just goated,
Yeah, we shall see. Game 4 coming through. And I mean, with the Dreamland pick out of the way, I would assume it has to be FOD coming through. I think just historically, that's where HBox has taken Aklo in the past when Dreamland is off the table. So we'll see if the, 3-platform stage kind of helps him out right now. Again, similar advantages to what we would get out of the Dreamland counterpick in terms of vertical space. But I don't know. Aklo's been just finding so many strong openings and just kind of overall handling the neutral game quite well so far in this set.
No, I completely agree. I think neutral has been a huge part of it. It's weird because he's been opting to do a lot of things that a long time ago, Crush once famously said that stages are a myth. And I believe he also said center stage is a myth. And I feel like when we've been watching Aklo here, center stage has felt like a bit of a myth, Walt. Sometimes he just literally runs away and then he comes back in and is like, I can do whatever I want, dude. I do not need the center. I do not need you in the corner. I have you where I want you at all times. I'll single laser you if I need to.
Okay, dash attack, and the baby hit from forward air is enough to convert an entire edge guard. That's got to feel good if you're HBox. Even that one up with just a small bit of deficit. Big grab from Aklo gets the SDI out, though.
Yeah, no, I think HBox still kind of showing his fangs, proving that he can be lethal if you give him the opportunity. If Aklo slips up even a little bit, yeah, like we just saw, but beautiful ledge dash. If Aklo even drops a single moment, he will lose his stock, but that stock is not lost yet, man. Holy crap, this has been so back and forth.
Yeah, and we talk about those patterns that you brought up in Game 1, Radar. Here comes the rest through to even up the stocks 2 and 2. What's going to be the punish from Aklo? Up tilt into back air, but gets shield up in time. Plays around, the shield drop, but doesn't get anything else. Grab relief?
Yeah, going for the lasers there. He's just kind of you know what? Oh my god, okay. Not quite ready for it. Fishing for the pound once again. Gonna go for the down throw DI mix-up, but Aklo's ready still. Oh my god, that is a very, very important shine. One more shine and it will do it.
Yeah.
kill. No.
He has no jumps. Yeah, he had to land with aerial there. So I think Aklo had a count on it, but it was just kind of tricky to figure out how the FOD platform was going to interact with that situation. But again, huge conversion right now, going for down throws instead and playing around the shield again is Aklo. He looks like Mango. Check Twitter. Mango is in jail, guys.
This movement. He's in jail. This movement has been very Mango-esque to the dash dances. Just like dash dancing in your face on top of you, making it feel like, you know, there's some sort of superpower to your movement, even though like Hungrybox is there, he can act. It's very, very, very impressive. And I feel like, you know, maybe a sign that we're going to see a 3-1 Aklo. Hard to say.
Yeah. Aklo on the verge of quite a big upset, but there's the Firefox straight down. No time to punish the ledge as well, but it is getting super scary. Again, this last stock situation, you always hold your breath.
Double pound. Again, HBox is fishing, and, you know, people might wonder, like, why is he going for this many pounds? Like, this is kind of noob stuff, but, you know, it can be a hard move to punish, and it is also hard, like, look at 4 pounds in a row. Well,
yeah.
There's only so much you can do at these percents, and it's one of his cards that he can play. It's his rock to scissors to paper.
He's got it.
Aklo does it. My gosh.
Okay, yeah, no, nothing? Does he know the set's over?
Aklo, like, looking like...
This is a huge upset.
Like, look at that smile. Like, he's like, oh, I guess I won. Like, what a play. Holy crap.
Yeah,
like,
I was waiting for the Fortnite default dance or something. Like, that
honestly.
was, you know, but I mean, just as stoic as ever. For someone who taunts as much as Aklo, we just see nothing coming into that. And I love that. He's sitting pretty in grand finals here. What a set. 3-1 in favor of Aklo. Really, really good stuff. Shoutouts to Long Island, man.
Yeah, I said before the set started, there was something, you know, there's a feeling going on, and that feeling did play out. But I don't think we're done with HBox quite yet. You know, not only is he well into the bracket already, but he, you know, he's not someone to be trifled with. He is dangerous, to say the least. So, you know, should be fun to see how the next set plays out, which will be None versus Lucky. So
yeah, we're gonna check out some post-match stats courtesy of Slippy here. Yeah, I mean, I think just exactly what you kind of... The thing that's kind of interesting about this situation in particular is when we look at our most common kill move here from Aklo, it's actually up smash. We found so much mileage off of ledge dash up smash and with invincibility, or just kind of those crazy dash dance through shield into going for cross ups, looking for crazy situations where HBox might flinch, look for some type of escape option, roll out, what have you, and Aklo just picks up the up smash off of it. I feel like so many other foxes in these situations would find non-grounded moves as their common kill move of choice against HBox.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and I do think that is something that if they do play again, HBox should be mindful of. You know, I think HBox can be a bit stubborn as a player. You know, sometimes he'll get like, you know, he's a guy who both has like a bulletproof mentality, and then also you'll like see clips of him talking about his mentality with IBW, and he'll just be like, "Oh, Fox can do this, can do that, can that," and it's like two different people, man. Like, so
Yeah.
I think if he's able to kind of think about it and go, you know what, ledge dash is really good. Aklo's really good at ledge dashing. I got to respect that. I got to give him that space. I can't contest it. He's going to hit those. And I got to kind of work around that. Then he's in a good spot. If he gets stubborn, if he says, oh, this is so BS, you know, that's where you end up in the situation that he's in now.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, as always, really, really good stuff to Aklo, the king of New York right now, just reigning supreme, sitting in the grand finals, guaranteed second place at Galint Melee Open. But he's gunning for that trophy, and I think he's going to ask for a Link one, even if he plays Fox for the majority of this bracket. But in any case, our next set is losers, semis, and it's going to be a fun one, None versus Lucky. And when we talk about head-to-head